Have you ever had a manager who just got it? Someone who made you actually want to come to work and do your best? Well, today we're going to dive into what makes that happen. We're exploring the massive difference between just being a boss and being a true leader. And here's the secret. It's got nothing to do with the title on your business card. It's all about the mindset you show up with every single day. So let's just think about your own experiences for a second. I bet you can picture that one person who really, truly inspired you. What was it about them? What made them so different? That feeling right there, that loyalty, that drive, that's exactly what we're going to unpack. And this chart right here, this is our roadmap. It lays out 7 powerful shifts in how you act that separate a boss who just gives orders from a leader who actually inspires people to follow them. And really, the whole idea boils down to this. Leadership isn't about being in charge, it's about taking care of the people in your charge. It's not some rank you're handed. No, it's a responsibility you choose to pick up over and over again. Okay, so this first major shift is all about the human side of things. How people are guided. This is where that foundation of trust is either built up or just completely falls apart. So this first one is really all about your focus. See, a boss is usually focused on the project. They're managing tasks, checking boxes, just trying to get across the finish line. But a leader is focused on the person. They invest in your growth because they know that developing people is the only way to get amazing results for the long haul. And how about motivation? A boss might use their authority, create that pressure or fear that, yeah, it gets you to comply, but only for a little while. A leader, on the other hand, inspires. They connect what you're doing every day to a bigger why, a vision that makes you actually want to bring your A game. And that's the real magic, isn't it? Fear might get someone to follow a set of instructions, sure, but inspiration? That gets them to solve problems you didn't even see coming. It's what unlocks real passion and commitment. Now this might be one of the most important differences of all. A leader shows empathy, and that sends a really clear message. I see you as a human being. A boss who shows indifference, well, they're sending the exact opposite message. You're just a cog in the machine. One approach builds a real team, the other just manages a list of resources. Just think about how information moves around. Is it a one-way street with orders coming down from the top? Or is it a two-way conversation? A boss tells you what to do, but a leader listens. And by truly listening, they're not just showing respect, they're unlocking the brain power of the entire team. All right, let's shift gears. It's not just about how you treat people. It's also about how you act when the pressure is on and things get tough. This is where you see someone's true character shine through. The world is always changing, right? A boss often digs in their heels and tries to protect the way things have always been done because change feels like a threat to their control. A leader sees it totally differently. For them, change is an opportunity to grow, to build something even better, even if it's a little uncomfortable at first. Okay, now this one is absolutely critical. When something goes wrong, what happens? A boss immediately starts looking for someone to blame, but a leader raises their hand and takes responsibility. They own the failure, protect their team, and get everyone focused on the lesson, not on pointing fingers. This, right here, is the bedrock of all trust. When your team knows for a fact that you've got their back, that you'll take the heat, it creates a safe space where they feel they can innovate and take smart risks. Real accountability isn't about finding who's at fault. It's about building courage. And finally, how do you set the standards? A boss makes a bunch of rules for everyone else to follow. A leader sets the standard with their own actions. They don't just talk the talk, they walk the walk every single day. And that kind of integrity, it's absolutely contagious. So we've walked through all these key shifts that separate a boss from a leader. But that brings us to the most important question of all. So what? Why does this even matter? What's the real impact? Well, the impact is huge. When you lead this way, you're not just taking off tasks or hitting targets. You're building a deep foundation of trust. And that trust is what allows creativity and innovation to really take off. You end up with way more than just an engaged team. You create a culture that people are genuinely excited and proud to be a part of. So the final question really isn't about the people you've worked for. It's about you. Because in every meeting, every email, every single decision you make, you get to choose. You get to decide which side of that line you're going to stand on. Are you going to be a boss, or are you going to choose to be a leader?